Hi, and welcome to week 4 of Alabama 4th grade history. This weekly will focus on the entry to statehood, 3 branches of government, and the Constitution. Basically, we'll be looking at the roots of Alabama and the capital. Alabama becomes a state in 1819 and it became the 22nd state. And a lot of this was due to the rush of settlers to the area, and this was known as Alabama fever, where everyone was coming to plant crops and farm. One of the first governors was William Wyatt Bibb, and he was instrumental in getting a new constitution as Alabama became a state, and the Constitution provided 3 different branches: the legislative, the executive, and the judicial. The 3 branches made up the different areas and provided checks and balances so that no one branch had power over the others. They worked as a team. The legislative branch basically made up the laws, and there were 2 different houses, the House of Representatives and the Senate. The executive branch was pretty much the leader, and they carried out the laws, while the judicial branch interpreted the laws, the meaning of the law. Alabama has had several capitals. It is currently in Montgomery, but it's moved 4 times. It had been in Huntsville, Cahaba, Tuscaloosa, and Montgomery. And one of the things we'd like to point out is that Capitol with an A is the city, while Capitol with an O is the building. And in fact, the Capitol building in Montgomery, it was the home of the Confederacy during the Civil War. We just mentioned Alabama fever and how everybody was coming to Alabama because of agricultural reasons. Alabama has great soil, and it played a really big part for bringing people to the area. In the Tennessee Valley, there's like a clay-like soil, and it's rich in limestone, and that attracted a lot of people. And then there's the Black Belt area, which has this dark clay soil that was perfect for plantations and crops. And that's more toward the middle or southern part of the state. One of the largest crops was cotton, and a lot of people refer to it as king cotton because it pretty much became the primary source of income and helped the state of Alabama to thrive and to expand. One of the ways that they were able to harvest the cotton or manufacture it and turn it into fiber was through a process or an invention called the cotton gin. And Eli Whitney was instrumental in developing this cotton gin that allowed them to process cotton and then sell it. Alabama is still an agricultural state, but today most people in Alabama also have other jobs. And probably in about the 1960s, cattle farming was the largest agricultural product for Alabama, and the corn production to feed the cattle, and peanuts like down south in the Dothan Enterprise area. However, today in modern times, industries replace that, so agricultural is more of a side job. Although agriculture is still important, most of the farmers are part-time farmers. Some of the important vocabulary and terms for this week include agriculture, cotton, Eli Whitney, Capitol, Black Belt, soil, and Alabama fever.